what's going on, guys? The Business Team Standing Draw here, bringing you guys another deck profile. This is my Genesis deck. It's a pretty good deck. Set 8's already out. Been out for like a whole year. No, not a whole year. October. Basically, bringing this out late. It's 2017. We're gonna jump right in. So, Starter Replay is the new card that came out in Set 8. His ability is when he becomes rest due to a revelation ability, he gives a unit 2k, and when my Vanguard drive checks a normal unit, not a trigger unit, I can put him in the soul and draw a card. So, revelation, just to catch everybody up to speed, or just to, I guess, to recap, because revelation's been out for a while. When a revelation unit is placed on like the certain circle, it says, like, so revelation, rearguard, revelation, yeah, I can check the top card of the deck, place it in the soul, or place it back on top of the deck. If I place it in the soul, I have to rest a unit, so that's revelation for you. Just to recap. This is a revelation deck, as you can see in the title, but onto the triggers. I'm playing 4 heal. 4 heal because G-Guard, obviously, and you don't want to die. Next I'm playing 6 stand. 6 stand triggers. Playing 2 of the Dreaming Dragon. You never want to deck out, so you play Dreaming Dragon. Especially in Genesis where you're like soul charging a lot. So Dreaming Dragon. His ability is you can, at the end of the turn, you can put him at the top of the deck with the rest of your drop zone. And if you put back 10 cards because of the ability, you can draw a card. Next I'm playing 4 of the stand trigger, which makes Wiseman pretty stupid. So his ability is when he gets soul blasted out from the soul, I can put him back to the bottom of the deck and stand a unit. Pretty good with Revelation, because Revelation makes you rest units, he stands. And last bit of triggers, I'm playing 6 crit. So 2 of the old card from set, I believe that came out in set 10, I believe, if I remember that correctly. No, well, yeah, it came out in set 10 that reprinted and extra boosted. But pushing the soul, give a unit 3k, and 4 of the Fenrir crit. So that's the trigger lineup that I'm doing. That's because Revelation and Vanagander skill, I can like look at the top card and see triggers and stuff like that. So on the grade ones, I'm playing 3 perfect cards. People are questioning why I'm playing 3, but then playing a 4 sentinel. Perfect cards are unflipper perfect card. Don't have to know too much about that. But the other sentinel I'm playing is the Quintet Wall, and this is a unique Quintet Wall because it doesn't counterblast. It just calls cards from the top of the deck depending on how much cards you soul blast. I'm teching it in, and as of like every test play that I've played, it's a really good card in my opinion. So I'd like soul blast like 5 or 6 and take the top cards of my deck, put them into the to the Guardian Circle. And usually have enough to guard, so pretty good. And just like mainly, he doesn't have counterblast, and also if you ride him turn 1, he has a revelation on Vanguard Circle. So when his revelation only activates on Vanguard Circle, so you can do that. And he's pretty good. He's from my test play, he's pretty good. Next I'm playing 3 Stride Fighters. Can't go wrong with those. Playing 2 of this Claimer Harry. Basically every time a card goes from the soul to the drop zone, I can counter charge. Choose a card from the drop zone, return to the bottom, and counter charge. Onto the new grid ones from set 8. This is Galgia. I can never say these names, but he has Revelation on Rearguard Circle, which is pretty good, and his second ability activates in Soul, so I can put him from the Soul to the deck, to the bottom of the deck, to Soul, give a unit 2k, and then if I have a Vanguard with Fenrir in its name, stand a unit, give it 2k, and then if I have a Vanguard with Fenrir in its card name, Soul Charge 2 and give choose a unit to give it 2k. So ultimately you can give a unit +4 and stand it. pretty good. And for the last grade 1 I'm playing is 2 of this card that came out. Another card that came out. No, sorry, this one. Oh yeah, no, this is. It was another promo. I got mixed that up with that. But this grade 1, when she boosts a revelation unit, I can counterblast 1, choose a card from my drop zone, put it to the bottom of the deck, and I can bounce that revelation unit back to hand. Good way to just continuously rinse and use the revelation units. Only thing is you gotta hit when you boost, but that's the only downside. But the good news is that this doesn't have gen break, so you can use it early game. Like you can call down your revolution units and try to get the hit and call it back, and bounce them back. So on to grade 2s. Grade 2s for the old cards. I'm playing 3 of Glimpnir. Basically boosting clan skill. When he's boosted, counterblast 1, soul charge 3, and if a unit went to from the soul to the drop zone, I can draw a card. So I gotta be careful when I'm using this card because that's like top 4. That's 4 cards off the top of the deck, so I just gotta keep that in mind. Because usually when I'm using his skill, I'm like low in deck. I bumped this down to 2 when I was playing Genesis. When I first started, I had that at like 4, but then I bumped it down to 2 because there was a lot of grade 2s that came out with set 8. But his ability is every time a card goes from the soul to the drop zone, he gets 1,000 power. So generation break 1. So kept him in deck. He's not a revelation unit, so that's the only reason why I dropped him down. But he's still pretty good. Next, I'm playing 3 of this grade 2. It's like the special grade 2 for Fenrir. First and foremost, he has revelation, and second ability he has is when he's placed on rearguard circle, I can counterblast 1 if I have a Fenrir Vanguard, and he gains +4 in a new skill of when he attacks the Vanguard once per turn. I can Soul Blast 3 and draw a card. So he has a double on placement skill, which is very cool. And it's just the main point is he's a revelation unit, so that's really good. And last grade 2s I'm playing is of course Katanoha. And her ability revolution on rearguard circle, and while she's on rearguard circle, which is a reason why I like to play her early. Anytime a card goes from the deck, goes into the soul, could be from hand, could be from rearguard circle, could be from the top of the deck, she gains 1,000 power. And if a unit went to the soul because of a revelation ability, then she gets 1,000 more. So every time revelation happens, she gets +2. Anytime a card goes to the soul, she gets +1. So you try to use her in conjunction with the other grade 2, because every time a card goes in, she gets power. Every time a card goes out, he gets power. So pretty good. On to grade 3s. Grade 3s, I'm playing 4 Fenrir. His ability, Gem Break 2, when he attacks a Vanguard, Soul Blast 3, and he gets +1 crit, and my opponent can't guard grade 0? Yes, grade 1's a greater. So, Glory skill for GB2. And his second ability is when a unit strikes up this unit, Soul Charge 3, and he gets a new ability of when a unit goes from the soul to the drop zone, I can counterblast 1 to call that unit back to rearguard circle. So pretty good. Only thing is, if you soul blast and you don't call a unit, you've missed the timing. So just to keep that in mind for people who play this deck, that can happen. Just to keep that out there. Yeah. So that's Fenrir for you. For the other grade 3s, I'm playing around with what I play for the other grade 3s in deck. So for now, I'm playing 1 Spaba. First I was playing it at 2, but then I bumped it down because I was really wanting to play some Regala units. So Spaba's ability, really good rearguard, by the way. Vanguard, rearguard, revelation. So you can place her on Van, you can place her on rear, and she still has revelation. And then she has a Vanguard rearguard ability, which is once per turn, GB1, Soul Blast 3 normal units. That's a key note by the way, that you have the Soul Blast normal units. And this unit gets +5, and if it's on Vanguard Circle, draw a card. So, a really good rear guard, especially if you know there's a stand trick at the top of the deck. You can make her 16, swings for 16, and then stand her back up, and then she's 21. So, really good rear guard, in my opinion. But I did drop her down to 1. I'm still testing out the deck with the Regala units. So, playing one of the old Angelica Break Rad. This is old from Trial Deck 13. Basically, her ability is when a Grade 3 Genesis unit rides on top of her, Soul Blast 3 cards, and Soul Blast 3 cards to draw 2 cards. Yeah, Soul Blast 3 to draw 2, and she gets 10k. So, pretty good, and her second ability is when she attacks a Vanguard, Soul Charge 1. Soul Charge 1 to get 1,000 power. So, nothing too crazy, but I do use her in conjunction with Minerva. So I'm playing 2 Minerva. I wanted to see how that would be, because a lot of people aren't going to Grade 3, so I needed like a Lemon Break card. Minerva's ability, if you don't remember her from set 14, that's like before G set. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, and choose 3 cards from your hand. At the end of battle, when she attacked the Vanguard, I can stand this unit and give it 3k. And also, she's a cross ride to the Break Ride. Usually, you never want to ride the Break Ride, but you can use a G guard to put the Break Ride in the soul and make her a cross ride. So, pretty good. Still testing out these new cards. I don't know. I've been playing no Minerva, 2 Break Ride, 2 Spava, and that's been working out pretty well. So, onto the Stride units. For Strides, I'm playing 4 Vanagander. There's a Stride I feel like every deck needs at least two of. But his ability, when he attacks Vanguard, I can Soul Blast 6 and flip a copy of him in G Zone. And at the beginning of the drive step, which I've been doing his skill wrong before set 8 came out, but like when I built the deck, I was doing his skill wrong. But before the drive step, that means after your opponent puts cards in the Garden Circle, by the way, you can check top 4 and put any number of cards on the bottom and put any number of cards on the top. So basically, you can control what you get, and pretty good. Just a really good card. I mean, if you see triggers, you put them back. Any other units, you put them on the bottom. Next, I'm playing I'm just really searching around for these GRs, because these like expensive GRs that nobody has, but everybody's looking for, which at least that's what I consider it. But the new Fenrir, his ability is Gen Break 2. He changes every unit's revelation ability to instead of them doing the other skill, they lose that skill, and it changes to when it's placed on the correct circle, or when they're placed on rearguard circle. You can look at the top 2 cards, you can choose up to 1, put in the soul, and then you can place the rest on the top. So you can potentially look and see a trigger and a non-trigger, put the non-trigger in the soul, keep the trigger on the top of the deck. Or if you don't want to touch anything, you can put both cards back on the top of the deck and set up for his next ability, which is Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3. You can draw a card, and this allows you to draw a card. If you do draw a card, if you don't draw a card, this unit and another unit that's on board get 3k. So you soul charge, and then this unit and another unit get 3k. So this is a stride that you really want to use when you have a lot of Revolution units in hand, or if you just want to draw, really, or buff up field on top of that. The rest of Stride units I'm playing one of Tier. This came out in the Fighters Collection. Soul Blast 3, look at the top card of the deck, place it on the top and bottom, and he gets a new skill. Every time you drive check a normal unit, Soul Charge 3. Pretty good. Build Soul, so he's usually my first Stride. Even if I G-Guard first, I usually play him first, just to build Soul. Next I'm playing 1 Doom Brace. I see a lot of people playing him at 2. Can't do that. I really can't play him at 2. I barely play him at 1, so really can't play him more than 1. His ability, Soul Blast 2, and choose up to 2 units and give them a +4. I am +5, and if the number of cards in your soul is 2 or less, if I'm reading that correctly, number of cards is 2 or less, soul charge 3. The reason why I don't know the ability off the top of my head is I don't use it that much, that's why. But for people who, because I see this all the time, people who use this with Fenrir, they have to keep in mind that when they Soul Blast for his ability, and they try to use a second ability, you have to apply power before you can call a unit. So you can't call a unit, and then you can't call a unit with Fenrir's ability, then give it +5, because that would be cheating. You'd miss the time. You'd miss the timing of the. You have to complete this ability before you use Fenrir's ability, just to put it out there. So I'm playing one of this Regalia, Demeter, just because I want to use the Regalia Stride, but I played at 1. So when she attacks, counterblast 1, and for every heart with Regalia, you can soul charge 3 and counter charge 1. So pretty good. Build soul. Yeah, build soul basically. Build soul. Next, you're playing 2 of Earther. Her ability, which you need a face-up Regalia unit in G zone, but counterblast 1, flip up a copy of herself, and the first ability you can't really get off because I don't play Regalia units in this deck. I only play 3, and they're grade 3s. But you can return you can put every Regalia unit in your drop zone to the soul, and then she gets the new skill. If you have 2 or more units with Regalia in a name in your G zone, then she gets a new skill of you can Soul Blast 6 to get this unit +10 and +1 crit. So pretty good. I'm playing it. Yeah, I'm playing it because there wasn't really a lot to play in the deck. I don't have a lot of Fenrirs, and even if I get more Fenrirs, I'm still gonna play this combo. So. On the G-Guards, I'm playing 2 of Iris. Iris's ability is choose up to 3 cards in the drop zone, put them in the soul, and if you put 3, she gets 5,000 shield, so that's your 20k shield. And next I'm playing this other one. I can never say the card names of these Japanese units, but when she's placed on Guardian's Circle, I can choose one of my units, and if I have a copy of that unit in the soul, she gets 10,000 shield. And then last but not least, I'm playing 1 Seabreeze and 1 Blizzard. So, and that's the deck. Very late, along with these other decks that I've previously put up. But let me know what you think about the Genesis deck, and I'll see you guys in the next one.